Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Monday, December 28th, 2020. And today's a day that's ruled by the root chakra and guided by timelessness. And so the galactic signature of today is the white magnetic wizard energy. And we are beginning a new wave spell today, which means for the next 13 days, this is going to be the overriding energy. And then we have the daily energies, which play into and help to support that overriding energy, which of course then is part of the larger energy of this moon or this month, which is the rhythmic moon of equality. And then that which is part of an even greater energy, which is the galactic year that we are in, which is the blue lunar storm year. And if you guys didn't check out the video that I did for the blue lunar storm year, please check that out. I believe it's under the portals and gateways playlist. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the one that it's under, but it's really interesting when we see the overriding energy of the year, and we can really feel that blue lunar storm energy. So I highly, highly recommend checking that out. But yes, so this wave spell that we're entering today is the white magnetic wizard. And so the white wizard energy is really empowering and it's really fun. The white wizard enchants and is also concerned with timelessness and receptivity. And so it's really about us stepping into our power as the wizard, as the creator, right? And really like playing with that and what that means. When we talk about the energy of timelessness, there's a certain way that we enter into that timeless state. And that is by being fully receptive, fully open, and by being present in the moment. The now moment is the only moment that truly exists, and that's where we find all our power. So when we can synchronize with our own personal timing, really step into ourselves and become unified with our own personal timing and be present with that timing in this now moment and how it's showing up, we can begin to transcend time. We have access to all manifestations of time, all dimensions, all realities, all timelines when we are present in the now. And we can focus our energy from that now point. And so it's really about learning how to do that, learning how to step into the now moment, learning how to be receptive and open in that now moment. And then also learning and understanding the power of our words, our thoughts, and our actions, right? Our words are the spells that we cast. That's what this energy teaches us. So really over the next 13 days, paying a lot of attention to the spells that we're casting with our words, taking a lot of care to become present in the moment, to really synchronize with our own sense of timing, which is unique to every single one of us. This is like when we talk about divine timing. This is like stepping into the divine timing for our own lives. And really from that place, we are then able to enchant, right? An enchantment is like a spell. So this white wizard energy is enchanting their reality. We are casting these enchantments with our words, with our energy, with our ability to be present in the moment. And the tone that is overriding this is the magnetic tone, which is all about unification, attraction, and purpose. So it's this understanding of oneness, of unity, of the fact that we are all this one energy, right? This collective energy, that everything is one, everything is of the original source. It is a part of that, and therefore all connected, and really stepping into that sense of connectivity. And when we can really understand this unity and feel into this vibration of unity, we then begin to see our purpose. Our purpose begins to evolve. And as our purpose begins to evolve, we become a magnet to that purpose and to the things that will facilitate the fulfillment of that purpose, the living, breathing of that purpose in this very now moment. And so really taking on and taking care to work with that tone, to work with that understanding of unity, to work with that deeper, deepening evolvement of our purpose and becoming that magnetic attractor of that, and utilizing our ability to be the white wizard to attract that to us which serves us and serves our purpose as we move forward. So that's really beautiful energy to be working with for the next 13 days. And yes, we do have that full moon coming up tomorrow. We are very much in the warm up for those energies now, and I think we can all feel that. We'll get into that more with the astrology. First, I want to read the affirmation for today. It says, I unify in order to enchant, attracting receptivity. I seal the output of timelessness with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. And so you can use that affirmation to really sink in with this galactic tone, this gateway of energy that we are experiencing today, and really become aligned with that. And so we do have the moon currently in Gemini. It will be transitioning into Cancer later today. We have, I think on the last video I did, I actually said that that Mercury was still in Sagittarius. Mercury is very much in Capricorn and has been conjunct the sun in Capricorn. For a few days now, for quite a few days now. And so this is a bit of a different energy. You know, we all make mistakes. It's a lot of information to go over, but I'm pretty sure I did say that. So just a clarification that we do have Mercury in Capricorn right now. Conjunct the sun. And so that energy, that mental energy, that focused mental energy is really coming through. Capricorn is a very stable, focused sign. And so that's a really nice sense of stability for our mental energy, but still an energy where we may be very self-focused. The sun conjunct Mercury is a very self-focused energy. And so really a lot of that focus being brought back in on ourselves. And if you guys haven't checked out that full moon in Cancer video, I strongly suggest that you do. This is going to be a very powerful full moon, of which we are already in the tidal wave of that energy right now. A lot of deep soul growth and healing happening, a lot of emotional purging, a lot of us facing our childhood wounds, balancing the masculine and feminine energies, understanding what healing needs to happen between those energies still, understanding the ways that we can parent ourselves, the ways that we can, for lack of a better term, like grow up. Like this is a very, it's not a light energy. It's a beautiful energy, but it's not light. It's very sobering. It's very much like, this is what it is now. What are you going to do about it? This is what's ready to release. This is what's underneath. It's like we've been releasing and we've been cleansing, and now we get to see what's underneath, like all that programming that has become clear to us since we had that eclipse, right? What's underneath that? What is the wound underneath that? And a lot of that comes from childhood as well as past lives. And so we're going to be feeling and working with those energies. So definitely check out that video. It's incredibly, incredibly powerful. We still have Jupiter and Saturn in a loose conjunction. Well, not loose. It's fairly tight. They're only a degree apart. So a pretty close conjunction right now, really continuing to bring in that fresh Aquarian energy, right? So we have this Capricorn, this strong Capricorn energy with the sun and Mercury conjunct, as well as, of course, Pluto still holding it down in Capricorn. And so we have that stable grounding energy, that focused energy. And then we have that expansive energy of Aquarius coming in as well. So taking that expansive energy and rooting it into our consciousness, into our psyche. This is very much what we're being asked to do right now. There's a lot of energy surrounding, and this was going on yesterday as well. I had a pretty intense day yesterday myself, and I just kind of had to go through and sort of be in the moment, be in the energy, be in my own feelings and my own experience, because I'm going through all this stuff just the same as you guys are, and it is pretty intense. So we had some intense energies yesterday that are still, and really for this whole past week. But yesterday there was definitely a lot of intense energy, a lot of intense emotional energy. And that intense emotional energy is continuing today. It's letting up a little bit, but it's definitely still there. And it's really moving us into this full moon when we are having this emotional purge and detox, this soul purge that we're getting ready to experience. So the moon is still in a loose opposition to Venus. It was in a tighter opposition yesterday. And we have Venus conjunct the south node and opposing the north node. And so this is a lot of energy as far as, and also squaring Neptune. So a lot of energy as far as when it comes to our relationship with ourselves, the way that we love ourselves, our relationships with others, right? A purge of that, a really close look at all those old energies and the new energies that we're trying to move into. And so there's been a lot of tension there, a lot of things being revealed to us, a lot of things that we maybe didn't want to look at around the way we love ourselves and show up for ourselves, and the way that translates into the way we love others, the way we show up for others, and the way we show others, allow others to show up for us, and where this is or is not happening, and sort of what's at the root of that. And a lot of that is, once again, pulling it back to that childhood energy and those childhood wounds and all of that stuff. We got a lot of aspects going, a lot of squares going with Chiron right now. And so that's squares, sextiles, just a lot of interactions going on with Chiron that are really bringing up this wounding and really forcing us to kind of step into that and really acknowledge that and understand that and what that means for us, so that we can move past it and we can grow. A lot of energy just pushing us to grow right now. We also have the moon in a sextile to Mars and Eris. And so this is an energy of empowerment. It's definitely an energy of us wanting to take charge. And so there's this heavy energy of wanting to take charge, and also these energies where we feel somewhat stifled in that. And so we're being asked to look at, if I can't control this, what is it that I can control? Right? I can't control the outside, but I can control my own actions and reactions. I am in complete control of what I allow. Right? So really looking at that aspect. What am I allowing? What am I doing? What are my choices? How are those factoring into the situations? Maybe I don't have power in some respects right now, but where I do have power, what am I doing with that power? It's kind of like that energy that we're looking at as well. Yeah. Yep. So a lot of that going on. A lot of that going on right now. And is that, yes, now that I'm looking at this chart again, yeah, we do have, yeah. What was I just seeing there? Sorry, you guys. It's a lot of information to go over in the mornings. Yeah. So the moon conjunct the true node in that opposition. So we have Venus over here with the south node. We have the moon conjunct over here with the true node. And so that energy of pushing us, the past, how we've dealt with things in the past when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to self-love, opposing that new energy that we're wanting to move into, and that new emotional energy, right? And really seeing our emotions being a great barometer, showing us like the old versus the new. How does that old stuff feel, right? And how could this new stuff feel? How could these new ways of going about and approaching my relationships, my relationship with myself, my relationship with others, what could that feel like? And really stepping into and seeing the contrast of those energies. What do I want to leave and what do I want to keep, right? What am I ready to step out of and what am I ready to step into? That's what we've been being asked over and over again in a million different ways as we go through as we've been going through this whole year of 2020, really, to be quite honest. And so, yeah, just a lot of those energies going on. And we are going to pull from the Archangel Tarot, clear, Power Tarot, to start us out today and see what this has to say. Yeah, it's been the past few days, too. I've been so groggy. It's like I haven't felt like I've been able to fully wake up. And I don't know about you guys, but I have not been sleeping well. I got better sleep last night than I did the past few days. But it's been a little rough. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's been a little rough. And so I'm sort of like one eye closed, one eye open right now. But we do the best we can, right? And we keep showing up. No matter what's going on, we just keep showing up. That's what we came here to do. You know, we came here to show up. We came here to learn and to grow and to evolve. And we came here understanding that was not going to be, like we always say, right? It's simple, but it's not easy. And so all we can do is grow with it and go with it and flow with it and just allow whatever's showing up to show up for us and honor that. All right, first two cards out. We have the King of Raphael. Yes, it is safe to trust the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. And then we have the King of Ariel. Oh, so two kings coming out here. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success. Using resources wisely. So this is great energy coming out for us. As far as This energy, and this came out before, right? This in a reading we did the other day. And it was a lot about our ability to trust ourselves as we're learning how to trust ourselves, as we're learning to step deeper into that relationship with ourselves and trust that we have the capability to accomplish what it is that we're setting out to do, that we are good enough, that we are wise enough, that we are strong enough, right? And so I really like this with the two kings. That's a lot of energy of us stepping into our power, really stepping up in an area of our lives. Right? Like there's a lot that we are capable of doing right now. There's a lot that's coming up to be healed, but there's also a lot of empowerment that we're stepping into. And so it's really allowing ourselves to go through the process that we're going through, but also to not lose sight of all the blessings. I feel like there's a lot of blessings in our lives right now. And because of all of this heavy emotional energy, some of us may be forgetting about the blessings that we do have and the areas where things are going really well. And we are really, it's like we're growing in leaps and bounds in all areas, but some areas that process is a little more hairy and it feels a little bit more emotionally intense. And so we start feeling like we're not. And it's like focusing on that one thing that is like that painful growth process is making some people forget like the things that are really thriving. And that even that process is going to facilitate us growing into an even stronger and wiser version of ourselves. So really paying attention to where things are going good right now. And I feel like for a lot of people, when it comes to their professional lives, when it comes to their purpose, whatever it is that they're trying to grow, things are going really well there. And so that's really positive energy. That's beautiful. Really allow ourselves to focus on that, right? Know that there is, and for those people who this is an area that you're still struggling with, I mean, there's positive beneficial energy there. There is, if we're able to really allow ourselves to step more into our relationship with ourselves and really trusting that and honoring that. That's like the final step for some people, is that being able to, it's building that trust in ourselves. That's why some of these circumstances that have been coming into our reality have been coming into our reality, so that we can realize that whether we thought so or not, we are strong enough to handle whatever comes our way. And as we see ourselves handling that and stepping up, right, that builds that trust within ourselves, that we can trust ourselves to be able to accomplish what it is that we're setting out to accomplish. And there's a lot of beautiful energy for that coming through once we have that ability to trust in ourselves and to really follow our creative passions wherever they're trying to lead us. If there's something that you're passionate about that's calling to you right now, focus on that, follow that, because it is leading you to a rewarding place. And then we have the Five of Michael coming out. This is a situation that doesn't serve you. Release attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. And that's coming out with peace. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And so this is a lot of energy about letting go, releasing. And so I feel like this is the duality, right? It's like the area that we feel isn't going well, where we're struggling to let something go, where we're going through that dark night of the soul, maybe that trauma and that drama or whatever is going on. That's the energy that's distracting us from this. And so for people who haven't stepped into this energy of things really thriving, being really abundant when it comes to your career, when it comes to your life path and your purpose, your ability to step up and trust yourself, stepping into this king role, right? We have, I believe this would be the King of Cups and the King of, I want to say not wands, King of Pentacles. That's what these two are, King of Cups and the King of Pentacles in the traditional deck. So really this is the emotional balance and the stable, the stability. Right? So really, in order to step into this energy, for those people who don't relate to being in that energy yet, this is how you do it. This is what's keeping us from fully being able to anchor into that energy, is whatever we're clinging on to that we don't want to release and let go. And so the angels are saying, let that shit go. Release it. It doesn't serve you any longer. You know it's becoming clearer and clearer and clearer that this doesn't serve you. So what are you going to do about it? Do you want to step into this energy? Or do you want to stay I don't have a card that really represents the energy that we're in right now, but think like I'm feeling like that 8 of Swords type of energy, that 9 of Swords energy, that devil energy for some people. It's like, do you want to untie yourself? Do you want to free yourself? There's some sort of attachment to a person, to a situation, to a certain way. For some people, it's even like there's a certain situation and we're really attached to the outcome of how we want that situation to go, what we think the results should be. And that attachment is what's keeping the situation stuck. So it's about releasing that attachment to how things are going to work, releasing possibly that situation, that person, that thing altogether, and then opening up the room for that to either return in a higher form or for something else to come in that's of a better resonance. And this is definitely, for people where this is career related, this energy won't come in until you release, until you let go, until you release control over the outcome, over the situation, over the holding on to something that's trying to be shaken loose right now. And for some people, if this has to do with, say, like romance, relationships, anything, any other types of situations, it's like the abundance comes in with all of that. Like that's blocking your abundance too. So release that so the abundance can come in. And that will help you trust yourself too. When you're able to let go, when you know instinctively you're supposed to let go, when you're able to release, when you're able to surrender that control and really like just step into that more empowered space, right? Because surrendering can be very empowering. When we let go and we stop trying to struggle and we stop trying to will our way through situations, there's an incredible amount of freedom in that. And there's a lot of empowerment in that. That is oftentimes how we take our power back. Even though it seems like the opposite would be true, that's how we do it. And so that's going to help you build that trust in yourself that's going to push you to this next level as well. Anything else coming through here? Ace of Michael, a wonderful new idea. Okay, so this right now, the way that I'm feeling this is I'm not even reading the little blurb there. This is about the clarity. This is about the clarity coming through. This is also about communication that needs to happen, things that need to be spoken, that haven't been spoken, that are going to help to release some of this energy. And this is also about, it says don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress, right? Like this is a bump in the road. For some of us, it's a big bump. It's like a massive speed bump. Almost like it feels like a blockade, but I'm telling you what, like if you keep driving at that blockade, it will literally dissolve, right? Just move right on through it, right? We've been sort of sitting like, I'm getting this image of us sitting like a half a mile from the finish line in the car with the engine running, just sitting there looking at the finish line and being like, yeah, I don't know. Is that really what I want? Is that really where I want to go? So it's like, yes, put that car back into drive and let's keep going. Let's keep moving. There's like this something that's holding us back from allowing ourselves to really cross that finish line where all of this energy exists. And so let's not do that to ourselves anymore. There may be clarity coming through, an understanding of that. There may be things that need to be spoken in order to get that ball rolling, in order to release that, conversations that need to be had. There's new inspiration. And I almost feel like for some people, there is this energy of misunderstandings too. And so for some of you, having a conversation is what's going to clear up the misunderstanding. And then there's going to be a way forward that sort of comes from that communication, from that conversation, something new. It's like releasing the outcome, having that open, honest conversation is what allows the situation to transform. But for a lot of people, it's like the way that transforms is by so for some people it's releasing as in releasing the control, releasing the attachment, and for some people it's releasing like really moving on. Anything else before we go to the Moonology deck, which is calling to me? Ask your angels for help. 10 of Wands, put the burdens down. That was what was on the bottom of the deck there. And then we have strength coming out. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, forgiveness. So that self-confidence energy coming in really strong. That inner strength, right, that we were talking about. Really calling upon that inner strength to guide you. To allow you to be courageous. To do the things that we know need to be done to release ourselves from the energies that are no longer serving us. Self-confidence, kindness, and forgiveness. That forgiveness piece coming in strongly too. And then perspective on the bottom of the deck. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. So it's really about shaking things up. Doing things a different way than we've done them before. Right? I feel like a lot of these situations that are keeping us stuck are situations that have played out over and over again. We've done the same thing the same way over and over again. And now we're being asked to do something different. Right? That's a lot of this energy coming through. So for some people, it's not even necessarily walking away from the person. For some it is, or the situation, or the job, or whatever. But it's about doing things a different way, looking at things a different way, having those hard conversations, facing those hard realities, and taking a completely new approach to allow the energy to transform, whether it leaves and transforms over there, or whether it transforms right here. It's giving the energy the opportunity to do that by having the strength to do what we need to do. For a lot of people, it's boundaries. There's boundary energy coming through strongly. Yeah. And then we have the High Priestess. So meditate, really connect with yourselves. Connect with yourself. It's come to your own truth. Come to meditate to get that different perspective. If you need to, right? If you're not sure how to do that, ask for help with that. Ask your guides and your angels. How do I see this situation from a different perspective? How do I handle this? How do I approach this in a new way? Right? All right. Actually, I just reached for the Black Moon Astrology card, so we're going to do a couple of these. Clear. Guidance from the Black Moon Astrology cards. Okay, we got the Sun coming out. Chiron and Uranus. Okay, yeah. So the Sun, this is our consciousness. This is our life force, right? Our spirit. And then we have Chiron, that deep healing energy, right? Chiron, very active right now. Chiron will be extremely active during this full moon, really pushing and purging us, having us look at a lot of this stuff for a lot of people right now goes back to our childhoods. And it goes back further than that to past lifetimes, but definitely to our childhoods. Like these deep wounds that we are needing to heal, right? That have become so entrenched in us that they're almost like an aspect of our identity. And that's why letting go of these wounds is so hard. That's why moving out of these patterns can be so difficult, because they literally are part of our identity. We believe that they are us. And so that's the first step, is disconnecting. That's where this Uranus, this higher thinking energy comes in. Disconnecting from that energy, realizing that that is not who we are. That does not define us. And it's okay if we don't know who we are without that wound. We can figure that out. And that's a beautiful process. And that's the process that brings us into this energy. Okay? So really allowing this healing of our consciousness, of our understanding, of allowing that split to happen and stepping into this new energy, right? Uranus coming in. Uranus is going to bring for some people some surprises, that Uranian type energy, when it comes to this healing process and sort of what's triggering that. But it's bringing this higher insight and this higher understanding. And then we have Sagittarius on the bottom of the deck, I see, with Pluto. Transformation. And the South Node, life's debts. South Node once again paired with the North Node, which these cards, I tell you guys, I shuffle these all the time somehow. Those end up together sometimes, so I love that. From the old into the new, right? What's old and outdated? What's new that I'm moving towards? What's the easy, comfortable thing? What's the uncomfortable thing that's going to help me grow? Right? We're seeing and understanding and exploring, and that's allowing us to transform. All right. Any Moonology guidance to close us out here? Clear. Transformation of our ideals, our belief systems, our philosophies, our understanding of ourselves and the world, everything that Sagittarius energy represents. And this is since that Sagittarius eclipse, this next level of transformation has been occurring. And so we have conclusions within reach coming out. Full moon eclipse. right? Speaking of eclipse energy, right? Conclusions are within reach. A time to give rather than take. So really stepping into that energy of generosity of spirit. And that keeps coming up a lot. Really being generous. How can I contribute in a positive way to this situation, right? What energy am I bringing to the situation? And then, yeah, this is conclusions. This is endings. This is things. I feel like some of these conclusions are, these are the mental conclusions that we're coming to that then are facilitating the conclusions coming through in a physical way, us needing to bring those conclusions to fruition. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. It's intense. The energies, the emotions, they are intense right now. So if we are, I'm feeling this energy too with this new moon in Virgo. It's like, if we are really struggling right now, go out and help somebody else. Do something for somebody else that gets you out of yourself, that gets you out of your own head and your own struggle. Yeah, I'm finding that that's going to be really helpful for people as well. And then we have don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. And so that's the energy of confidence. That's the energy of magnetism, right? But it's also the energy of we're being asked to be humble right now. We're being asked to not let our pride and our ego get in the way of the healing that needs to happen for us. Allow ourselves to be honest with ourselves above all else. That self-honesty piece is so crucial. Allow ourselves to be, this is even not even our pride in an outer sense. For a lot of us, this is our pride internally, trying to keep us from seeing the truth about situations because it paints us in a light that we don't like, even in our own eyes. So moving out of that energy. Yeah. For some people, this is also pride to being too proud to receive help. This is people wanting to give out help and us being too proud to receive it. We want to get out of that energy too. But really, I'm feeling this as like, for some people, this is an energy of really, yeah, owning our own part in situations, giving more. If we are looking to get something from somebody or from a situation, maybe if we give a little more of what it is that we're wanting to get, we can see that the way that changes the flow of the energy. But it's really just about showing up and being of service and being loving and being compassionate where we can. And this is the energy of, it's like, I feel like somebody is being called to step up right now. And part of this is like a different message. And part of your cycle that's going to help conclude this cycle for you is really releasing your pride and being open, being receptive, being giving. It's like you've been holding yourself back and being in this space of, and this is not said with any judgment, but in this space of really wanting to be the recipient. Or sort of taking, like not stepping up in the way that you need to step up. And so, and I think that like whoever this is for, you've been trying and you've been working at it a little bit and you feel like that should be good enough, but it's like you're still being asked to give more. You're being asked to step up more. And to not be too proud to do that. To not be too proud to admit where you still have improvement and room to grow. So that's really interesting energy coming through for somebody. And then we have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So this is about being fully who we are. Standing in our truth. Really standing in our truth and not being ashamed of our truth and not hiding it. Not being ashamed of our truth and not hiding it. Standing confidently and in an empowered way in the truth of who we are. It's like, I feel like some people have been wearing a mask for so long. And once again, there's zero judgment in any of this. that their pride almost doesn't want to allow them to take the mask off. But it's really important to be able to do that. To stand in our truth, even if it's not always pretty. To be more giving. To be more loving. Where that energy is reciprocated, where that energy is appreciated, where that energy is needed. There's some area of people's lives where this giving more of themselves is necessary. Being real, being truthful, being open, being honest is necessary. And there's a lot of issues with the pride that are sort of slowing and chopping up. It's the pride and the ego. The identification with the wounds, right? And so releasing that, letting that go, so that that can wrap up a cycle. So that's something coming through for some people too. And then a just nice reminder on the bottom of the deck again, to meditate and contemplate always. This is the balancing of the spiritual, the spiritual and the physical, the emotion and the logic, all of the dualities with the Pisces fish here, all of the dualities, balancing all of those energies within you. Meditate and contemplate with any of this stuff. That's going to really help. That's going to really help a lot. I offer personal readings. I also offer really powerful angelic healings. So please reach out to me. All of the things that I offer are in the description box below, along with my email. If you want any assistance with any of this, I would love to help. Yeah, guys, this is the end of 2020 right now. We are moving into 2021 in the Muggle calendar, right? This is a whole new year of our evolution. And so we're really being pushed right now to like no stone left unturned kind of energy. Like, what is underneath there? Let's get it up. Let's get it out. And so it's intense. It's not always easy. It's very uncomfortable, but we are being asked to look at these things. If we don't look at them now, we'll have to look at them later, and they'll have done more damage in the meantime, right? They'll have held us back longer. It's sort of like that gently peeling the Band-Aid off little bit by little bit, like rip it right off. Because that process, like, why are we wasting all of that time is kind of the energy. We can spend as much time as we want or need to, but if we just rip that off and remove it, we can then allow that healing process to truly begin. And when we allow that to begin, then we get closer to the next level of being whole, right? All right. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so very, very much. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, there are links down below to donate to my channel if you feel so moved to do so. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you just showing up and tuning in, and for all of the work that you are doing, right? If we're here right now, if we are still alive on this planet, we are doing work, right? We're doing the work whether we want to or not, because we are not allowed to sit and bury our heads in the sand anymore. The energies won't allow it. And so congratulations to everyone who's still here and still doing this. And if we're having to do the work, whether we like it or not, we might as well fully immerse ourselves in this process so we get the most out of it, so that we receive the deepest level of transformation, and so that we can then emerge, right? Like we're doing it. We have to do it. We might as well make the most of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say right now. I love you guys, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Mwah.